We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and of course, SideScrollersPodcast.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Tuesday to you. Hello. Good to see you. My name is Stuttering Craig. We got a big one for you guys today. I'm glad you guys are here. Lots to talk about. The internet, one day into, what was it called? Blabs, what was yesterday officially called?
Inauguration Day?
No. He named it something. It was like...
A new era. I don't know.
I don't quite remember what he called it. Liberation Day. That's what it was. Liberation Day. Yes. We were liberated yesterday, and here we are. How are you on day one of liberation?
I'm good. I'm surviving. I'm thriving.
Hey, don't let the media hear that.
I know, right?
All right.
White woman surviving in Trump era. I need to go put on like the red stuff and everything and get a broom. Start sweeping.
I was gonna say you maybe a witch or something. What? You gonna fly off?
Yeah, I am a witch.
Well established. Awesome. Joining us today, it is Tuesday, which means we are joined by the monochromatic wonder himself, Razor Fist. Razor.
Hi.
Why does everybody hate you?
Oh, just sipping on Spurglard tears. Don't worry about it.
Everybody hates you since the last time you've been on. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know why so many people are so passionate about defending sexy ladies when the only freaking venereal disease they've ever contracted is carpal tunnel. But hey, we'll go on. It's fine.
Well, as the show that encourages sexy ladies.
Yeah. I don't know what these people's problem is, but I'm sure it's hard to pronounce.
Well, we have we encourage the boobs. I mean, there's just a little sneak peek, and that's all you're gonna get. We encourage that. So maybe we're just as bad. Who knows? But either way, we're gonna have a great show for you guys lined up. We are live over on Rumble. We're also on X. Of course, you can find us over on Instagram as well, which is great, right, Blabs?
Right. Well, you kind of did it already for me, so there's nothing else for me to say anymore.
Right. You can also find us over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, the video version of the show in full blistering 1080p, ladies and gentlemen.
You finally did it. It's only been almost 3 years of the show.
What are you talking about?
Well, every time you're away, I do.
Has it almost been 3 years, bro?
We'll be coming up on 3 years in February 15th.
My goodness.
So, yes, we will begin planning for our third year here very shortly. We're going to get through the Real Game Awards. I've been busy doing that, which once again airs in just about 50 hours from now. 2 days from now, Thursday, 7 o'clock. Make sure you guys are here for that. The Real Game Awards will be live over here on YouTube and X, if we can get X going. But there it is right there. January 23rd, 7 p.m. The Real Game Awards will obviously be on therealgameawards.com. The show is complete. The final edit was done this morning. I am excited for it. Is it perfect? No. Is it fun? Yes. Is it just about 50 minutes long with a 15-minute intro and 26 categories and 4 other trailers? Yes. So we hit it, and we hit it hard, and it's super fun and fast-paced. And
if you don't have a segment where there's like 100 made-up categories that some broad in a tube top just rattles through in 5 seconds just to make fun of the Game Awards, man.
I did do a couple. There are a couple quick hitter segments in it. Yes, there are. But I'll say this: it was really fun. It was a good challenge putting this together, and I know that. It's going to have its people who hate it, and that's fine. But once again, the show's not for them. The show's for the voting members who came in and they felt like they wanted to have a voice. And I'm really excited. I think those who have screened it, some of the board members who have seen it, they've really enjoyed it. They thought the pacing was good, and it's just wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And I'm going to put out.
Can you give us a hint? Is the Schick Hydrobot going to be in attendance?
You know, they reached out and had to reject that to half court. Yes, the Schick Hydrobot. I did try. The one thing that I'm not going to say I regret, but I wasn't able to do this year, just full spoilers, is I couldn't get the guy who interrupted talking about Bill Clinton's
oh man.
Oh, geez, really?
I tried to get him as a presenter this year. And
was that the same year where the guy was like, Hydrobot, we have to take it to the next level? Like
The
that
Clinton kid.
What is with the Game Awards in Russian accents?
I don't know.
What is that?
Well, we will not have the Bill Clinton kid on
Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
I tried. I did try. I tried to reach, but we do have a really good group of presenters on the show. So make sure you guys tune in for that on Thursday. And on Thursday morning, I'm going to be releasing. I'm not sure I'm going to do the full intro or just part of the intro, because the intro is pretty good.
Nice.
So I'll put that over on X as well for people to share to get people hyped for the show that evening. So anyways, looking forward to that. Of course, head over to sidescrollerspodcast.com if you guys haven't yet. We're going to be doing more and more content over there throughout 2025. And if you're new to us over here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Join the nearly 115,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game and entertainment space. And let's do our best to get to 1,337 likes. So look, it is going to be a big day. We do have our Montez goal, as always, with our super chats. So let's go ahead and get there. Very, very excited to hit those. But first, we always like to start off the show with today in video game history. So, Blabs, what do we got?
Okie dokies. January 21st, everybody. We have Resident Evil 2 releasing back in 1998. We have Super Smash Bros. Releasing in Japan in 1999. And then I found this hilarious game called Needy Streamer Overload, and I think that belongs to Craig, and so that came out 2 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago today. Yeah.
Needy Streamer Overload? Yeah. The hell's that? What was that supposed to represent?
I think
it sounds like an interesting game.
Yeah, it's the just chatting category on Twitch, I think. It's not even a
right.
game.
Would you like to hear what it's about?
Boy, howdy.
Okay, Needy Streamer Overload is a multi-ending ADV depicting daily life with OMG Kawaii Angel-chan, a young girl with a rather extreme need for approval, attempting to becoming the #1 internet angel streamer. Gradually build up OMG Kawaii Angel-chan's number of followers as she spends her days streaming using various stress relievers and generally being kinda messed up. Experience all the different crazy ups and downs and find out for yourself whether this story is even capable of having a happy ending. Yes?
Why the hell did you think I would like that game?
Because why not?
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
You've got the VD I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Some noticeable games that you did miss today on the list, Blabs, include ice hockey for the Famicom, the original ice hockey, where there was 3 types of players: skinny guy, medium guy, and fat guy. And you could pick your teams. That was pretty fun, ice hockey back in the day. On the Game Boy, 31 years ago. I can't believe, wow, 1984 was 31 years ago. Shit. Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land was released 31 years ago. That was a pretty good one. Obviously, you hit Super Smash Brothers. That's definitely the big talking point today. Mm-hmm. So,
what do you mean Needy Streamer wasn't #1?
No, Super Smash Brothers is definitely. And the fact that was released like in January of all things, like Smash Brothers was released in January.
Is it, by the way, is needy like in an emotional sense or a financial sense there?
Yeah.
I think it's emotional.
Okay.
Emotional damage.
Damage, exactly.
Yes. Well, if that was the case, whether it's financial or emotional, we definitely need it here on the show.
I wonder if it's on Steam.
I don't know. Maybe you should check it out. Maybe you should play it.
I'm doing it right now. It is. It's 60% off.
Woo! Yay!
Guys, it's $6.39. Nice.
Question for the chat. Who was your main in the original Super Smash Brothers on N64? Oh, even better question. Is Smash Brothers on the N64 a fighting game or a party game? Because I feel like the original was a party game. Now, it later morphed into a fighting game. But
Well, I think the first one is the funnest, honestly. I love all the characters they added later on. I think that's awesome. But the first one is just, oh my gosh, it's the ultimate birthday party or sleepover game. 100%.
Yes. Anybody can play it. Anybody knows how to play it. Like, it's one of those easy to play, hard to master games. And it was super fun. And the commercial, obviously, we talk about the commercial frequently. So happy together, right? Then beating the hell out of each other in a field. Great commercial for sure. Other noticeable game, Blabs, that you missed today: Valkyrie Chronicles 2 for the PlayStation Portable, 15 years ago in Japan. So lots to talk about when it comes to that.
Who is your main?
My main
answer.
Yeah. Okay, good question. I often ask questions. I don't get them asked to me. I really liked playing with. I feel like I could hit the up smash with Luigi more than I could Mario. You know, they had that ring. You know, I always felt like I could hit that more with Luigi. I liked Kirby was fun, and I know people like Fox was like the best character. I guess I don't really know. I'm not, but they were all just really fun.
I thought it was Falcon. It was Captain Falcon with that busted punch. It's always DK for me in all circumstances and all ways. I'm not crazy about the art design change, but
well, we'll get to that in a little bit.
We
have a video about the art design change. Yes,
good.
Yes, you know what I think. I don't think they had this in Ultimate, but one of the things I really enjoyed in the N64 Smash was break the targets. Where you go around and hit those little mini games. Those are great. Super fun.
Yeah, that game's great.
Blabs, did you ever play Smash on the N64?
I never played the N64.
What are we
It's
doing
true.
here?
I'm being honest here. I play. Oh, hello. Listen. I play like the PlayStation. Yeah. So. Anyway. You know this already. I don't know why you put me in the hot spot.
I didn't know that you haven't played the N64.
I don't think I've ever done it unless I played it at a friend's house when I was really, really young and I don't remember what the console was. But I'm pretty sure that was like a PlayStation.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I went to like a birthday party for a friend who by this point is deep into his 20s in like 2007 or 8. And they literally had like GoldenEye on the N64 going. And when I'm like, what is this? I think it was already retro by that point. But it was fantastic times.
You know, we look back on those games, and for us, it's like the N64, Super Nintendo, right? For Blabs, it's probably PlayStation 2 or 3.
PlayStation 1, Wii, Nintendo DS, PC for me. That's all my childhood stuff.
Yeah, nostalgia is a horrible bitch, but really, the one thing that I think when people say, like, people come up, they go, "I love your Screw Attack videos; they're so good." They're not actually saying they like the Screw Attack videos. What they're actually saying is they liked the time of their life when they had no responsibility, right? And they could just get home. Right.
No, they were actually good.
No,
I don't know. AVGN was part of that Screw Attack stuff, and he seems to still be doing all right.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you know what? I said there was going to be
he's coming to town. I'm going to see this guy. Yeah, I'm going to see this guy in April.
Cool. Yeah. James is good people, man. James is good people. Speaking of good people, Montez is a good person. Alabaster Scarf came in with the 10, says, Montez! Let's go. We're going to hit our Montez goal today. We're going to have a nice Mortal Kombat fatality.
Great.
Stace came in and says, for GoonerGate topic, part 1, the whole thing seems very Puritan and censorious. And how is this different from the woke pushing their ideology on people who want to play what they want to play?
Yeah. I mean, pretty simply, I never called for censorship. In 5 days of an absolute typhoon of tism, nobody has yet produced a screenshot where I called for censorship. Blow it out your ass.
Ruddy says Bluepoint can now do a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake. Thanks, Concord. Thanks, Ruddy. Appreciate that. Cease came back, says part 2, instead of Yahtzee, sexist, or bigot, it's Gooner, center, loser. And like it or not, there is a market for such games and actual corn games. So much, even Valve started allowing them. I've always said the market will always decide. When it comes to this stuff, you know?
And all this was kicked off by a game that's basically dead, First Descendant, which is
Yeah.
They were putting that kind of stuff in the game basically to try and inject life into it, and it worked for a minute. They sold some DLCs. It was DLC or something, right? And then the game promptly died again.
You know, I'll say this: a lot of times there's a lot of like, what's the right word? Like when it comes to like the cameras and stuff, people are like, oh, look at her shake her ass, right? Ultimately, a lot of that stuff comes back to the player, right? Like they're the ones who are moving the camera so you can see their tits. They're the ones moving the camera to see the butts and whatever. Like that's part of the game, so you can do that stuff. But when you see that stuff online, like ultimately that's the player's prerogative to do that.
Yeah.
And as I said, you know, like whether there's a market for corn games or whatever or action games, ultimately the market will decide on if they should exist.
Yeah. My original tweet was just, you don't have to make a choice between commies and coomers. Like you can, if there's choices for everyone, then the free market will ultimately decide. You know, that's right. That's all I said, period. And all I've said repeatedly. It's just, I don't know what steams their soy cakes about people having other morals than they do. I'm not imposing them on you. I'm not telling the government to censor anything.
I thought your take and Fandom Pulse kind of they ran with all this stuff and without going part of this, right? They took a tweet and they'll put it up there and stuff. And we've had, you know, John on the show and he's part of the Fandom Pulse, but like I felt like they kind of ran that and I'm looking at your take right now, the headline for this, and I feel like it's a pretty vanilla take. Like, yeah,
it wasn't that wild.
We can, in fact, insist on good games that, and then I think you can fill that in with whatever you want, right?
Right.
You said
you literally could.
Right. That are not spiritually caustic or degenerate. And I could say we can, in fact, insist on good games that are not JRPGs, whatever, like pick whatever you want, pick whatever descriptor you want and throw it in there. We can in fact insist on good games that are filled with all sorts of porn or whatever, you know, like you can say whatever you want. And I don't know. I just looking at it from the outside in, I don't really understand it. So, and honestly, said this before, I don't really care. You know, I got friends on both sides of this thing. And,
or do I? There are no sides. Let's just establish that. There's no sides. There's two people who expressed an opinion, and then there's a circular firing squad that assembled after that. There's one side. There's the dog pile, and then there's two people who said something they're cranky about, and it was an excuse for them to fill their diaper and smear the walls of their crib with feces. Like, that's essentially what happened there. So, yeah. I mean, I don't understand. How long have people been defending the nation of Japan or some of the Japanese officials who were cranky about Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows? Nobody doubts that they have a moral imperative to defend their culture from the encroachment of another culture. And their culture, as Blabs would know, and I would know even better because I've been to Japan a lot of times, is even more conservative than any Western Christian. Right? But for some reason, Japan's allowed to have conservative standards, but Christianity, which, you know, built Western civilization, they don't get to have conservative standards, even if they're not imposing it via government fiat. But like I said, it's just an excuse for morons to dogpile. They don't really care. It's people who are either cranky at me or cranky at Melanie or whoever they're cranky at, because it's more than just us. And they're looking for an excuse to do that because they're usually e-drama dog shit merchants.
GME came in, says Kirby Man rise up, let's go. Game Master Empire, thank you very much, appreciate your support. Dustin the Grim says, question for Razor, you guys getting snow in Arizona? I remember getting it when I lived in Cochise County years ago. We're getting it pretty thick here in Louisiana right now.
We haven't gotten it yet, but boy, it's getting cold to the point that we could. Jeez.
It's cold here too, man.
For Arizona, it's Arizona cold, right? But it does, believe it or not, it does snow. One of the most beautiful things you can ever see if you vacation here in like December, January, usually like January, go up to the Grand Canyon. It snows up there, and it's the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen in your life.
The Grand Canyon?
The Grand Canyon covered in snow. It's unbelievable.
Kratos says, I think Smash Brothers created its own game. Montez, I agree. The party fighter, 1000%.
Absolutely. It is the Mario Party of fighting games.
Yeah, I think that's the way to describe it. And that Nintendo does what Nintendo does, you know. Remdog says, funny you should have that Concord character in your thumbnail. She's featured in a cartoon I drew last night, as well as featuring Razor Fist. Pinned to comment. Thank you very much.
I
Appreciate
saw
it.
that.
All right, awesome. Henry came in and says, there's tons of games I never played that Screw Attack covered in top 10s and vaults, and I enjoyed the humor and coverage more than the nostalgic memory.
Yeah.
Thanks, Henry. Appreciate
Dude,
it.
those were good videos. You sell yourself short on that.
We had a good time.
When are you re-uploading those? When is that happening, man?
Well, I don't technically own them. So I have all of them, and we've talked about possibly doing some sort of archive on like Side Scrollers podcast, and just going through and uploading all that stuff, as you know, with some commentary on it. But I have them all; they're all ready to go. It's just a matter of I don't want to get a lawsuit, you know. But here's the thing, right? Like I don't think anybody really knows who owns that stuff right now. If I'm being totally honest with you, like it's owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, and I said this before on the show. Screw Attack is in the content world of Warner Brothers Discovery. It is a shred. It is a piece of sand on a vast desert of content. So they don't even know they have it. So you know, I'm pretty sure I could just upload all that stuff and it would be fine. But who knows? Whatever. Nate says they're upset. They're pointing out that they are in fact degenerate. It's okay to be a degen, I suppose. But where you think the mainstream idea that gamers were weird and gross came from? I mean, there is a stereotype.
Maybe mainstream journalists worked at GameStop at some point. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, if anybody's ever been to a gaming convention, right? Like, if you've ever hung around gaming space,
don't go to the bad hygiene.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying,
go down that road.
It is what it is.
True. It's not always true. And honestly, I've been to many conventions, even non-gaming conventions, and you always have the convention BO problem.
That's true.
Always.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not just gamers, bro. Hashtag not all gamers.
Right. And then Angela came in and gifted a membership to the channel. Angela, thank you very much. Also, Sonic Overdrive came in with the $25 direct donation. Says, I know y'all you got a lot to talk about in light of recent events. I wanted to bring a very important topic to your attention, hyping up the indie and AA gaming scene. I got a whole thread on this pin on my Twitter. Check it out. Find me at Sonic. Okay, here we go, everybody. Get out a piece of paper for Sonic Overdrive's Twitter handle. Sonic 921-482-5161. Sonic.
What's the phone number?
Yeah, don't put your phone number in your X handle. It's a bad idea. But yes.
PO Box 90078.
But yes, we should absolutely hype up the Indian AA space right now. I have an eyelash in my eye right now. I'm trying to get it out. It's a pain in the ass.
Have you tried blinking?
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it, Blabs. I'm trying. Black Shirt and Jeans says, Razor, check out Blade Chimera on Steam. It's made of the same team that put out Record of Lotus War, Dedith in Wonder Labyrinth, and is an excellent follow-up.
By the way, man, if you want to play a Castlevania type, get like a Metroidvania type game, that game is awesome. Record of Lotus War.
Okay.
Awesome.
Available on Steam?
Yes, it's great, man.
He says, and as Man of War says, ding dong power.
Ding dong power.
Gaming Newfie came in and says, happy Liberation Day to my fellow American friends down south. Here's hoping Canada will have that much freedom one day. Side question, Razor, if you want to do a collab with AVGN, which game would you want it to be on? Godspeed.
Oh my gosh. What game? Jeez. Okay, I love Donkey Kong. Has he ever covered Donkey Kong? And I mean arcade OG Donkey Kong.
No,
it's like one of my favorite games of all time. I would do the hell out of a collab on OG Donkey Kong.
Well, I think that I don't think he's done Donkey Kong before.
Yeah.
Maybe DKC, but not Donkey Kong. No, I don't think he's done DKC either. Well, how could you rip up Donkey Kong Country? How could you do that?
No, you couldn't. Donkey Kong, though, is hard. It's really, really hard. You could have fun with that.
Dwight Power says, for Montez, Slayer of Karens. Thank you so much, Dwight. Appreciate that. All right, we do see every super chat. We'll get to every one of them throughout the show. We see every direct donation and Rumble rant, so we'll hit them as we go. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. Friends, it's time for Hard News. All right. So right off the bat, we have Blabs. You put this clip of this guy going through this Egypt thing here.
Yeah.
Why did you want to show this?
I just wanted you to enjoy video games.
Well, I mean, okay.
I just want you to play it.
It's 2024. That's not an option.
Yeah.
It's 2025,
enjoy
actually.
Yeah. Are we? I mean, I watched the video. I pre-screened it, so I mean, I get it. I know what's going to happen. It's clearly a jump scare.
Why would you ruin it, you shithead?
Blabs,
Whatever, it's no point anymore.
Blabs. It's like, what's guy playing scary
It
games?
scared the absolute crap out of me. I was scrolling on Instagram one day and I'm like, what is this going on here? I wasn't expecting like that moment to happen. I was like, whoa! Yeah, I actually like flipped the fuck out and I was like, we need to do this on the stream so maybe somebody in the chat can like, like jump out of their chair.
Okay. So here's the thing, guys. We're gonna watch this now. Okay.
But now everybody knows because you fucking ruined it.
No. But everybody act like you're scared when you see it. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Oh my god! All right, pretend to be scared, guys.
Everybody at the same time, scream real loud in the chat. Okay. Here we go.
Pretend you have ovaries, and this can frighten you.
Hey.
Left is so mad.
Yeah, I am.
64280, by the way. That's the only way I could lift that.
The scariest thing about this is the skull cap with the headphones. What is that?
Yeah.
What are you, Tim Pool?
Labs, how did you not hear the jump scare coming in this? Have you never played any scary games before?
No, not really.
Oh my god, this is like jump scare 101.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh,
It's creepy, man.
it's her.
When you least expect it.
We are in deep trouble.
Here it comes.
Stop
The
it.
spirit.
I jumped. I did. I did not expect it at that corner. I thought the video was going to go for a little bit longer, and then I freaked out. So listen. Craig ruined it. I'm sorry. It was supposed to be funnier.
What did he
Night of the Living Democrat voters. I love
What
it.
would be funnier, Blabs, is you playing scary games.
Yes.
Fine. Buy me scary games, and I'll play them.
Okay, we can do some on locals.
Don't
do
tempt Mercenary X. He'll do it.
I
He
have.
doesn't have my Steam. Haha.
Hey. All right, chat. What scary games should Blabs play for you? Because we'll make it happen. Because
Just crying.
Right.
Here's
Dragon Age Veil Guard.
no top scars. No.
No, not the sex scene. No.
Ah, lesbians.
The first one that came to mind was Alien Isolation. You should play
Right.
Alien Isolation. That's such a fun one to play, and I think you'd really enjoy that one. And probably pee your pants. I think you would.
I don't want to do that.
No, I'm pretty sure you'd pee your pants.
I don't want to.
Yeah, but
Pass.
we'll buy you
Kind of
diapers.
game you have to play with a catheter.
Yeah, those are painful especially for women. No thanks. Mm-mm. Dude, it's a
What?
lot harder. No thanks.
Well, yes, shoving that in your hoo-ha. I have no interest in
No
that.
thanks. I never want to experience that.
Me neither. All right,
You have a vagina.
you have a vagina. That's right. All right, we have.
We need, dude. You need that CM Punk clip, bro.
Which one's that?
You ever seen that? Where he's arguing with this is from years ago. It's in WWE, his first run, and he's arguing with somebody in the crowd, and they're like heckling him. Oh, you're a fag, CM Punk, you're a fag, and he just goes, "You have a vagina."
Wait, that doesn't seem very progressive,
Right?
from CM Punk. He's a very
Right?
progressive guy, and
Yep.
like
It doesn't seem very PC.
doesn't seem like something that he would be very into.
Right.
Today. He would look back in shame on that moment there.
Canceled.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk some Mario Kart here. We talked about Smash Brothers earlier, but we have some Mario Kart news. Do you remember the Nintendo Music app? Did you download that? The Nintendo Music app?
I
to your
remember
phone?
that. That was hot for all of one day.
Yeah, but they're still updating it. And the latest update, friends, comes from the greatness of Super Mario Kart. Let's stink and go.
Hey.
So now you can bust that out on your phone and you can play great songs like I have right here, including this. You got them all on your phone, ready to go. You can listen to them while you work out. It's so great.
Is
The
that
best
you listen to Mario when you work out? Gotta live
sometimes.
depends.
Right.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Hey,
Get absolutely shredded to Choco Mountain.
you know what I would get shredded to is the staff credits theme, which for me, if I heard like this was when it came to ending in video games, there was always like there was the joy of getting the ending, but it was also the joy of hearing the final song because that was like the big like, oh my god, like nobody else is hearing this. I'm the one who's hearing this right now.
Right.
And that was the same with the staff credits rolling. Oh, so good. So good.
Why is all the music in that game like Cuban sounding? What is that about?
It does have a lot of drums.
It's
Drums
like
and
salsa.
yeah. But it also has that wonderful Super Nintendo 16-bit SNES.
The soundtrack came over on a raft, built out of a mattress.
It's good, man. Classic stuff. Classic. But since we're on the topic of Super Mario Kart, I don't know if you saw this. This was a mod that's being shared right now. This is spectacular. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time crossed with Mario Kart 8. Okay. Check this bad boy out right here. Look at this.
Why does this work so well?
I know. We'll bring it down here. Didn't look spectacular going all throughout Hyrule. I wonder if there's like an alternate path through the castle and stuff. But obviously going
new areas.
Yeah, this is I think this is the Gerudo Valley here. I believe this is what this is. It's been a while since I played the N64 version.
Right.
But he's the only one on the track right now. But this is awesome to see. Very very cool. And you're right. It does work very well. Could you imagine?
It worked shockingly well, and I'm not really seeing a whole lot of changes. They are there, but
yeah, I'm very intrigued by this, and I would love to see this kind of be brought over to the actual game itself. That'd be very very cool with Mario Kart 9. Like how cool is that, man?
Dude, do it.
I mean, not for me to decide. Not for me to decide. By the way, you notice how they put right as he was going towards the end here, they had a blue shell pop in right as he's getting ready to the end.
Always.
Pretty genius. The blue shell is always there.
Always.
Pretty brilliant stuff there. What Mario Kart would you be interested in? Like what Mario Kart Nintendo property would you be interested in seeing crossed over in something like that?
What Mario Kart? What?
Or Nintendo crossover you'd like to see inserted into Mario Kart? That's a better way of saying it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because they've used they've done the DK Jungle. They've done like 31 flavors of F-Zero.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And they've done like Luigi's Mansion and Bowser. And yeah, it's tough. Like, because what Nintendo properties are left? Hyrule is one of the only ones left. I don't think it's been in one, but I haven't played all of the Mario Karts, admittedly.
All right, what would be really wild is if you could play like Mario Kart.
Ooh,
but
Fire Emblem. Sorry.
It's okay. If you could play like one of the Mario Kart, like all the Mario Karts, but on a map that was like in Wii Sports Resort.
A Wii Sports Resort map.
Yeah, so like you used all the old Wii maps, right? Like you had the Wii Sports Resorts, all those things, but you were doing Mario Kart on them because a lot of them there was a fighting one, like a sword fighting one, and you walk through it and you took everybody out. So you could actually use that as a racetrack. That'd be cool, I think, like a little old school thing. Just saying. Speaking
of old school, what if instead of Donkey Kong Country's like jungle, what if it was the rafters from the original Donkey Kong, and it was like a complicated network of like the crazy rafters, and you were going down or trying to go up or whatever, and they were falling down on you, and there was a giant gorilla at the top, great big Leslie Jones at the top, throwing barrels down at you. It'd be genius.
Man, chat's going crazy over this idea. I see a lot of different ideas. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Xenoblade in there, Fire Emblem. Pikachu's Revenge. That's funny. Oh yeah. What about God, what's the damn game? Pokemon Snap. You just go on the track with Pokemon Snap.
Those are all on rails, kind of already. You
Yeah.
kind of have these weird levels. It could work.
That's awesome. I love it. Let's move on to this. We talked about Donkey Kong here. What about okay? We've talked about the redesign with Mario Kart 9. That's been well established that Donkey Kong is now going to look like he does in the movies. They've totally redesigned them, and we have a video.
Is that
here.
why they're doing it? It's the movies.
Yes, the movie gave him a new look, and this guy Lewis over
Could
on
also tie in the merch with Universal Studios. If they're doing some type of update at Universal Studios with their design, they're going to tie it all together. Maybe.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's definitely a big company-wide initiative.
If Seth Rogen voices this thing in Mario Kart, I'm done.
Yeah.
God.
I don't need Donkey Kong taking hits off a skull bong, please.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch you. But we did. This is a nice little video. It's just quick, 25 seconds long. There's a longer video over on YouTube. I encourage you guys to go check it out. But I saw this and I thought this was pretty fun.
What is it? Dr. Fauci's lab?
Would you say Dr. Fauci's lab?
Yeah,
No.
it's puppy testing lab, I think. I don't know.
Oh man. No, I love that you're changing the design here. That's great.
You later, alligator.
Oh no. Look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah.
Monkey.
They gave him an extra chromosome. No.
Pretty brilliant stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
that's genius. That's a fantastic video. I'm just not wild about the art design change.
Yeah. What do you do you think it needed to be changed? I don't think it needed to be changed at all.
No, and I'm hearing people say, you know, this is the old school design, but like comparing this to the arcade version of DK, who is basically like a Dollar General King Kong, like there's no, absolutely not. That's honestly an insult. This is not what it looks like. It does look a little bit like some of the promotional art for the original Donkey Kong, like on the side of the arcade machine and stuff like that.
Sure,
But
sure.
it doesn't look like Donkey Kong from the game. Absolutely not.
That's
It's
amazing
totally
to
about the movie. I agree. It's got to be about the movie.
Yes. It's definitely a movie tactic, definitely a merchandise thing. And I don't know. I've always thought like some people say the design of Donkey Kong up to this point has been very 90s, very, very radical, but I don't agree. I think it's very timeless. I think it looks good. I don't think there's anything on there that really says 90s. It's not like he's wearing a backwards hat and and Jinko jeans.
Yeah,
or something like
Diddy Kong is, and oh my gosh, heavens forfend they redesigned Diddy or Dixie or some of those other characters.
Right, man. So Mario saw a little redesign this year with Mario Wonder. They kind of changed his look, and there's talk of him looking like that in Mario Kart 9 as well. Who's the next character that sees a big redesign? I mean, I guess
Peach.
Well, Peach did kind of see. I mean, all the main
In the Mario
well,
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But outside of that,
Yeah, but I'm saying like a redesign in the game. She hasn't really been, has she? Changed in the game.
she
well,
was in-
is she a redhead? She'll be black soon. So,
Played by Zendaya.
Yeah.
or is that the other princess?
Ooh,
Rosalie?
Link was brought up in the chat. Link Definitely needs a.
Aren't they doing the live
what if
action
Zelda
or
was a
something?
girl? Yeah.
Wow. Ooh. All right, let's keep moving on. Let's see. Delivery Man says, Craig, I have D&D on Thursday. Reschedule the awards. Okay, sounds good for you. Razor Gold Duke did nothing wrong. Blabs,
Yeah.
you're all right.
He did absolutely nothing wrong.
Uncle Russ says SJWs will defend a lackluster game because it has DEI in it. Concord Coomers will defend a lackluster game because it has fan service in it. First to send it. These people don't represent gamers. Thanks, Uncle Russ. Appreciate
They
that.
represent themselves.
I don't know. Tamamo, sorry, I butchered your name. Says, I don't care for the drama, but calling gamers who like stuff you don't like losers isn't the best way to cultivate discussion and get your point across. Just in case, insert dev or journalist here.
Yeah, there's way more creative names to call them.
Nate says, what people aren't understanding is when Razor, who correctly criticizes, you are the problem. When you start tweaking about he's Puritan, you're saying anything outside your viewpoint is extreme. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. And Vegeta is a brand new member. Appreciate that greatly. That's awesome. And by the way, Mercenary is curious. What is your Steam account, Blabs?
Watch it. Watch it.
Random came in with 10, says words like racist, sexist, bigot, tourist, grifter, cope, see, hypocrite, toxic, hypocrite have been used and overused so much I stopped listening when people use them.
Grifter is the funniest one. I feel like in order to call someone a grifter, you have to identify the grift enough to like be able to present a profit loss statement on the grift. You know what I mean? Like, here's the plan. I do this and then I make profit, because expressing an unpopular opinion and losing subscribers is not a great grift.
Right. That's the idea of like a grifter is amazing. It's like, yes, I would like to make a living doing this podcast every day. Like, yes, right. I do feel like we're providing a service for right now 23,000 people watching the show. You know,
right.
like
I feel every time I hear grifter, I'm just too much of a 90s kid. I can't stop thinking about the character from Wildcats.
Wildcats.
Every time I hear it. You remember that show?
No, I don't. What's Wildcats?
Jim Lee's Wildcats. After he left X-Men, he went to Image Comics and he made the Wildcats. And there was a character named Grifter who was basically a ripoff of Gambit, but with guns.
Oh, okay. Nice. Chat's going crazy over that. Yeah, I love that. Kratos says Link and the Hyrule track are already in Mario Kart 8 Montez. That's true. Link is in, and there is that one track, the Hyrule track in Mario Kart 8. That is correct. All right, man. Razor, I look back to the 80s and really early 90s, and I think of top franchises for the Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Games that there's a lot of franchises that from back then don't necessarily hold up to today. That from a nostalgic standpoint, I look back on and I say yes, and today's audience looks back on and they say, "What are you talking about?" Because they were a powerhouse of their time. And then they just kind of went into irrelevancy. Mm-hmm. Contra is one of those series. And it hurts because I love Contra. And that's not to say there hasn't been some really good Contra games over the years. There have been good Contra games. But for the most part, Contra is not a big franchise like it was from Contra 1, Super C, to Contra 3, and even Contra 4 on the DS. Contra 4 on the DS was spectacular.
I was going to say that was the last one I remembered was on the mobile. I didn't remember if it was DS or 3DS or whatever. There was one not that long-ish ago,
and it was awesome. That one on the DS was great. Blabs, when I say Contra, what do you think? Do you think anything?
Jimmy Carter.
Things that go up in here, man. So yes, there are thoughts. The video game that did you play one of the Contra ones? I think,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I played lots of them. I played all the Contras. Yeah, it's great. But
what's the one that you didn't play?
What Contra game did I not play?
I swear you played a game that everyone's like shitting on you for not actually finishing or whatever.
Oh, that's that's not a Contra game. Yeah.
Boyfriend Dungeon is.
Yeah, that's the game you mentioned earlier today. Super Streamer, whatever it is.
Very funny.
Needy Streamer.
We're at a point now to where these classic franchises are crossing over with new titles. And this one was very weird for me to see. Are you familiar with Animal Parties?
No.
I'm sorry, Party Animals. That's what it is.
Party Animals. Yes.
Yeah, I've never played it, though. It's basically female Minecraft.
Party Animals? I don't think that's right.
No, Animal Crossing. That's what I'm thinking. I was going to say, that's female Minecraft. Party Animals? Yeah.
No. Party Animals
is Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon, though.
Blabs?
Blabs? Do you have a choice? Do you have a preference between those two?
I've never played either one of them. I've only ever played the Minecraft. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Party Animals is it's fight your friends as puppies, kittens, and other fuzzy creatures in Party Animals. Paw it out with your friends remotely or huddle back in the chaotic fun on the same screen. Interact with the world under your realistic physics games engines. Did I mention puppies? And this
puppies. There's a Michael Vick DLC coming up. It's fantastic. But
this game is very, very fun. This very, very fun game. It's definitely a party game. Well, the crossover now that we have is Contra and Party Animals. So
What?
Yes, I know. I did not expect this one. Check this out.
Wait, did I play like Contra for all of 5 minutes?
Yes, I think you died like 47 times. And then
Yeah, where you got really fed up and needed your therapy bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, we did do Blabs versus Contra. Yes, that's correct.
For
We
all
did.
of one stream.
I've tried to retcon that from my mind. So, but here's the trailer.
This looks familiar.
Yes.
Oh my god. The duck has a cigarette?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I do appreciate the cigarette.
Why does it look like something really indecent is about to happen?
How ridiculous is this? Marvel has banned cigarettes. Like Wolverine can't smoke a cigarette in a Marvel comic. I don't know how many people are aware of that.
No.
This game lets there be cigarettes. This game. That is wild.
A lollipop stick.
They're actually more adult than Marvel.
I'm kind of down with it. At first, I was like, "What are we doing?" And then I look at it and I see the duck with the cigarette in his mouth and the dog, the whatever the kind of dog this is with the
I think it's a husky.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. The husky over here. I love it, and I kind of want to buy this just because I'm a big old idiot. So, but I want to bring this up because just from the idea that this is not Party Animals crossing over with Contra. This is Contra crossing over with Party Animals, and that's very weird for me. I don't know how I feel about that. Now, I would love to see the duck and the husky in Contra.
How would that even work? Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd like to see them running and gunning, just throwing it out there.
Right.
Funny stuff. Hey, Dirt is King says Link should return to the green tunic and green sock hat. Redhead sporty princess is Daisy. Wario should bring some of the WarioWare characters like Mona and Wario's Hog. And number 4, the pixels were an appropriate approximation of the art. Dirt is King, thank you very much. Appreciate your input. And Retro Man says Games Radar. Stellar Blade is a cake game. Melanie Mack. No, it's not. Months later. Melanie Mack. First Descendant is a cake game. Player base. No, it's not. Women started a Trojan War again. No, too soon. Thank you, Retro Man. Appreciate that. Kratos says Blabs Animal Crossing is more like a chores simulator than anything to do with mining, crafting, or survival. You like it since you offer to clean and organize people's messes all the time.
Yeah, but there also is crafting in that one too. So I'm not really for it. I'd rather go play Jurassic World and let people be eaten alive and stuff. So.
Joey says, man, I love Contra 3 on the Super Nintendo. Everything about it is awesome. It's a product of its time, but one that deserves a replay every once in a while. Oh, yeah. Did you ever beat Contra 3?
Contra 3 and Super Double Dragon, like those two right there. I loved those ones. And speaking of Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues. Such an underrated like co-op run and gun shooter like Contra.
I don't think I've ever even played that one.
Wait, a shooter game of Jurassic Park?
It's fantastic.
Do you shoot dinosaurs?
Yes, absolutely. But it's a 2D side scroller shooter like Contra, and it's 2-player co-op. Actually, they just re-released it in the Jurassic Park game collection on Steam.
I'm a look.
Oh, Blabs is going in.
Yep.
All right, we have so we're live over on YouTube, we're live over on Rumble, we're live over on Kick, and we're live over at sidescrollerspodcast.com, our home base, which is our locals page. But and we've talked about being live over on X many times. We're trying to figure that out again. I don't know what's going on. But did you see the news that X is officially launching a video platform? Did you see this, Razor?
It doesn't surprise me there's gonna be clearly like, yes, TikTok was down and now it's back up, and clearly it's teetering. Like something's going to happen with TikTok. We know it's not going to be exactly what it was before. So there's kind of a hole in the market. And I think Elon recognizes an opportunity.
Yes. This was officially announced, a dedicated video feed. This is from Alex Finn. So this is massive. Very soon you'll have an entire feed dedicated to media similar to TikTok. For years now, Elon has been saying he wants X to be a video platform. Now it's happening. The algorithm recently changed to push video way more. Now you'll have an entire feed for it. This will eat TikTok alive. Are you willing to make more video content to stay ahead on X? Should X be a video first platform? So Razor, do you plan on uploading all your videos to X as well?
I don't know about uploading. If there's cross posting, then I'll go for it. This is the thing I hate about, I love having alternatives, especially for purposes of free speech, because I get canceled all the time. I've almost lost my YouTube channel like 3 times for saying unpopular things.
Right.
I guess some of it was at the behest of the government. So I'm glad to have other options, but it is annoying every time a new one pops up and it's like, okay, let's re-upload all 800 videos. I don't have anything going on for the next month.
Yeah, this is, we've looked at X a lot, and I do think that X is going to be a big platform. Now, we don't do vertical videos. All of our content is
streaming there is great. I've only just started doing it. I'm like maybe 2 weeks deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
And for perspective, on YouTube, I had 2,500 viewers. I forget. It might have been 3,000 concurrent viewers. I had about the same amount on X at the same time.
Now, the thing about X when it comes to viewer count is that it never goes down. It's just an adding total to it.
Could
it's,
be.
It's total value. That's what I've been told by Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers.
I'm not sure how it works. Like I said, I'm only 2 weeks deep.
Yeah. So like your streaming numbers over on X are kind of inflated. So just keep that in mind.
I think they need to work on their media first before they start rolling this stuff out. Because how many times do you press a video and it's like buffering, and it's very like clunky, I guess the word would be. So yeah, if they fix it all up, then fine. I mean, there's plenty of platforms that you can like multi-post the same time, like Opus and things like that to help organize. So it wouldn't be such a difficult thing to work with.
That's fair for sure. But I do think that X will continue to grow.
Yes.
The hardest thing with X is the monetization structure of it. I mean, 1,000.
It's so hard to get
you know what you're going to get on YouTube, right? You know you're going to get, as far as every 1,000 views is going to be X number of X number of dollars, just from a revenue standpoint. But you're not allowed to monetize on X till you have, what is it, like 10 million impressions over the course of...
I think it's 3 million or something like that. Like I just went and got myself verified or like paid for the stupid thing a couple of weeks ago.
It's all that, you sucker.
I know. It's just like I got really tired of the stupid 120 characters or whatever it was. And I was like, I want to talk, damn it. So yeah, I had to get it. But also because of the Harry Potter stuff coming out soon, I'm like, it might just pay itself if I post stuff.
Yeah, you'll find that it pays for itself.
Yeah,
definitely.
Eventually. So yeah. Womp
Definitely.
womp.
I think I made like $47 last pay period.
Yeah, but you tweet more than I do.
Right.
And different stuff. So I think it depends on what you do.
Yeah, for sure.
You could almost like afford a Happy Meal and a half for that.
Right. I can worry about feeding one of my kids possibly.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing is people are used to going to YouTube to watch stuff, right? You go specifically to it. So now you have to train everyone to be like, no, come to X instead. We have everything. And I don't really know how they're going to entice people to do that. And it's going to take a long time. It's kind of like the Rumble stuff. It's going to take a long time to get people over there.
Honestly, Rumble's doing way better than previous attempts at doing. Like there have been a lot of different sites that have come along, Daily Motion and VidMe. I remember the VidMe thing. VidMe was genuine competition for a minute and a half there and then died. And Rumble's way outstripping them for like being able to transfer the audience. Yeah, they're huge. They're massive. And Rumble has done a pretty good job. Now there's a lot of things that are not great on Rumble. I think, and they'll be the first to admit it, right? But if you look at their platform now versus a year ago, and then versus 2 years ago, they've seen a dramatic shift. The problem is that everybody compares Rumble to YouTube, and that's not fair at all.
Like YouTube
No.
had a long heads up. They have infinitely more people working on the platform. I know this for a fact. And on top of that, especially during the previous administration, if you worked at Rumble, you were more or less blacklisted from the tech industry. It was seen as like a scarlet letter. This is just what I've been told by people who are like, I'd love to work there, but I'd never be able to work anywhere again. And I think that tells you everything you need to know about Rumble. So, and maybe that's the same as X.
They're way punching above their weight, though. Given all of those givens,
they're doing good. They're doing good. Emperor Creatine says that Twitter streaming number story reminds me of Germany, and like a lot of stories out of Germany, those view counts while streaming are probably inflated. It's probably okay. Thank you, Emperor Creatine. All right, excellent. All right, we're gonna keep on moving. Hey, did you see? Look, I know we've been critical of Dr. Disrespect on the channel, right? I think you can.
He's a wanker.
All right, like you don't have to agree with everything everybody says all the time, constantly, right? You're never going to align with everybody because that's what makes everybody unique, right? And yes, he's done some really fucking stupid things. Do we want to see his, all the transcripts of everything? Sure, we'd love to see that. Put all that to the side here. I want to talk about what he's talking about here, specifically when it comes to Call of Duty. He had a little rant where he was talking about Activision and specifically their diversity, equity, and inclusion hires. And we've seen a big cultural shift here very quickly in the last 2 months, and even more so in the last few days. And we've seen companies more or less, dropping. I use that with quotations, dropping their DEI departments because people talk about, well, no. There's Bridge and yes, and it's just getting rebranded, renamed. But he says something here that I think actually it's very true. Take a look at what he's talking about here.
I can't speak to the whole DEI thing, which should DIE, might I add. But I can't speak to how much of an influence DEI has had within Activision and this franchise. But I can probably tell you it's pretty heavy. Like if it isn't obvious, it's obvious. And that's just not even on the franchise and the game. That stretches out to fucking PR and marketing and comms and the entire package. Got to get rid of that, man. Get that out of there.
And that's kind of where I want to talk about this. People talk about like game developers, but it's so much more than game development. It is the PR side of things. It is management. It is communications between the influencers and streamers and news outlets and everything. Yeah. It's way more. The rot is way bigger than just the developers. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. People often forget about that.
Yeah. It's bold of Doc to finally say this years after we were all getting canceled and deplatformed for saying it. It's very, very brave.
Don't forget he donated to Black Lives Matter. So he really sure knows about his DEI, doesn't he?
It was a trend. It was a trend, Blabs.
It's fucking stupid. Stick to it. You have big balls, supposedly, Mr. Dr. Disrespect. Use them well.
So what you're saying is you don't want to hear the last 50 seconds of this.
Honestly, I never want to hear what this man has to say. All he does is flippity floppity, whatever suits him best.
Okay. Tell us how you really feel, Blabs. Go ahead.
Just did. But since you mentioned Activision, there are a couple of things we could talk about with Activision right now.
Well, no, I want to hear your thoughts on Dr. Disrespect. Go ahead. Like,
I just did. I literally just did. He flips and flops. I don't care what he has to say.
Okay.
He's all like, oh, DEI ruined shit, but here's money, Black Lives Matter. It's like, yeah, you can change your opinion 4 or 5 years later, but the fact still stands you did these things. And you never stated saying, I regret donating, or I've had a change of mind or heart. You just flip-flopped without saying anything, so why should I listen to you?
Yeah.
Speaking of him, I forgot about, we were talking about Rumble a second ago. I totally forgot that he signed on to do the whole Rumble thing. And
yeah, he's like exclusive, or I don't know if he's exclusive, but he's definitely there. He's featured heavily. I see him every time I jump on Rumble.
He has ownership in the company.
Makes sense.
They gave him some ownership in the company as part of the deal. But But his viewership on YouTube is actually still higher than it is over on Rumble. Just looking at his numbers over here, you can see he streamed 207,000 views. And over on Rumble, same stream, 149. I mean, still, those are massive numbers.
Those are huge numbers for Rumble, so I'm sure they're happy.
Yeah. So I'll be interested to see where they're at in a year from now with that investment, and how that goes. But okay, well, thanks, Blabs. I thought he was actually making some good points, and Blabs rejected that shit to half court. That's cool.
You want to play it to make yourself feel better?
Let's be real. He was making other people's good points from 3 years ago.
This is true.
This is something that was identified a long time ago.
This is true.
This is after the election, inauguration, certification of the election. There's a lot of people coming out of the woodwork to, hey, the coast is clear. I can say something without getting canceled.
Yep. Oh, there's a lot of that. Happening right now for sure. Yeah, and I think that's one of those things where we're at with Sony as well. We're starting to see things switch. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, Kratos came in with the 10, says, Yo, Montez, there's not really crafting in AC as Assassin's Creed, but you can buy furniture and decorate your house. Oh, that's actually Animal Crossing. You build your town, so more villagers move in. It's a city builder's elements. You'll get addicted. So
AC, I honestly thought it was Assassin's Creed, and how shocking is it? Like, I wasn't surprised to hear about those elements because they just throw any, like the kitchen sink, absolutely anything at the wall to see what sticks in an Assassin's Creed game.
Caffeinated Engineer says the people who think Razer wants government-enforced censorship are illiterate, emotional ninnies, and who learned by 3Qing instead of phonetics. Reading is fundamental, y'all. Gatekeep the gatekeepers. Listen, as somebody who can't read well at all, I agree with you that reading is fundamental. It's also very hard. Just throwing that out there. Speaking of, I'm going to pop on the glasses now.
There.
Yeah. Marmalin says, Doc is very similar to Zuck. It's all about Doc. He hasn't had had a unique or contrary stance until he saw it wasn't damaging to his rep, money, etc. Hasn't risked anything his entire career.
Hi. What?
How's the hot seat feel?
That's right.
It's fine.
Popping right in.
I said what I said. I don't have any takebacks. Sure, people can change their mind and everything, but like I said, explain your reasoning then. Just go boop, boop, done. Yep. It's like, why should I listen to what you have to say?
Well, look at all the people who have been SJWs and they've come back to the other side of the aisle and been welcomed with open arms. There's no shortage of those kind of people over the years, but there tends to be a situation where they get canceled over saying something very, very true. And they come over. You know what I mean? Doc isn't at any risk saying this now in 2024.
Right. Yeah, he's safe.
I'll say this.
Or 2025. Sorry. Jeez.
Right.
Yeah. What year is it, bro?
Jeez.
I guarantee you can find things of me saying things contrary to how I feel right now from 10, 15 years ago when I started my career online. I mean, it's like, dude, people evolve, people change, right? One thing that I've always been like, the one stance that I've had pretty consistently since I was, I don't know, a baby was that boys are boys and girls are girls.
You watched Kindergarten Cop too?
Yeah, I know. No, not the sequel.
Oh, okay.
But I just watched the original. Yes, and that's why that's my super hot take when it comes to video games and the game industry. So I know it's crazy. All right. Speaking of crazy takes and the insanity around video games, Concord was that game. In 2024. God. It was a massive flop, 10 days on the market after hundreds of millions of dollars of investment into this game.
And Craig had the collector's market cornered.
Speaking of.
Here we go. Not again.
Yes.
If anybody has any interest right now in making an offer for these two wonderful limited edition Concord PlayStation 5 titles.
You should do an arts and crafts with them.
What am I gonna do? No. These are collector's items. Look at this. Look at how.
Why? Listen, maybe one of them can be a collector's item, but the other one, maybe you should do some arts and crafts with it or something.
No. You have look.
Take
this
some
one-
crazy glue and figure shit out.
Look, here's the best thing about it, Blabs, is we have one that's fully secure and another one that has the disc.
Oh, there we are.
Loosen it. So
There we go.
anyways, hit me up if anybody has any interest in picking up Concord. I think the market's dried up a little bit, but anyways, speaking of dried up, let's go to Forbes with this story here. Paul Tossi says, has Concord scared Sony straight on its PlayStation Live service ambitions here?
Be about the only thing straight at Sony these days. Good times.
Well, this was an interesting article because it goes into the live service side of things, and it doesn't address why people didn't buy Concord to begin with. Like when it comes to the games media, it's like they put their fingers in their ears and they go, no, not happening. And that's what we're seeing here with this. It's all about the live service thing. And yes, that may have played a role in it, but I've said this once, I've said this a million times. If you don't have a reason for people to come inside your store, they're not going to buy anything. And that was the case with Concord. You have characters who look like our thumbnail today. You have characters that look like this. Like, nobody wants to play the character with the fupa running around and shooting people.
It just also had really bad gameplay. Like, sure, okay, if the graphics aren't so great, usually like the gameplay will hopefully make up for it and you can ignore it. But no, the gameplay was shit, the graphics were shit, and you had the bonus of DEI. I will say though, props to Sony for making a original IP and not ruining something else, right? Because that's what we all say, make something new. And they went out there and did it. Unfortunately, they did it the wrong way because they threw in all that DEI and other crap in it. So it's like, oh.
Well, and now they're talking about launching the PS6 in 2027. That's the big rumor.
Yeah.
Which means, how long were they dicking around with garbage like this when they could have been making sequels to games people want or new IPs that people actually want instead of multicolor coiffed, wokesters and stuff like this nonsense. It's just...
I'm amazed to
see. You need a game attached first off. Like, yeah. It's kind of like what we talked about earlier, right? This is like, it's like a porn game, but for politics, right? It's like woke porn,
right?
There's no game attached.
Well, I'm if Concord does actually go in, regardless of why. Well, no, I can't say regardless of why. I was going to say regardless of why Sony figured out they need to have a course correction when it comes to investing $500 million into a video game, right? But it does matter. Why? Because if they do think it falls on the live service side of things, then that's an error on their side, right? Mm-hmm. Because once again, you got to keep people in your store. If Sony doesn't recognize that, then that's on them again, and they will probably fail again because it goes back to people enjoy looking at pretty things. That's human nature. It is what it is. Sorry, not sorry. So I hope that they've learned. I've hoped that they've been quote unquote scared straight. Am I don't know. Am I hopeful? Sure. Am I doubtful? Yeah, kind of. Because I think at the end of the day, you got a lot of moving parts here, and you still have, going back to the doc clip, you still have people in PR, in communications, in executive positions. That stuff is valued to them, and they're going to continue to push that based off their personal agenda. And ultimately that personal agenda does find its way into games based off of someone in middle management or whatever it may be. So we can only hope.
Can we just take a minute to realize that this year the PlayStation 5 turns 5? Isn't that insane?
Yeah. The PlayStation 5 is 5 years old.
This year, it launched in November 2020, so in a couple months, it'll be 5 years old. I literally just Googled this just to make sure I wasn't going insane.
Yep, Series X and PS5, 5 years old.
Isn't that insane? Like, time has flown by, and how many exclusives does the PlayStation 5 have?
How many do either of them? Well, I guess Xbox has exclusives. They're just
There
bad
is no
ones.
such thing
Yeah,
as exclusives anymore.
Right.
Because unless you're Nintendo.
It's
But yeah.
the choice between PS5 and Series X is the choice between no exclusives and bad exclusives.
Isn't that just insane though? That like the PlayStation 5 is 5 years old this year.
That is balls crazy. Here's your list of exclusives from Tech Radar: Stellar Blade.
But Stellar Blade isn't even exclusive anymore because it's going to be on Steam. Is it not already? I could have sworn it was already on Steam.
May want to double check that. I'll say this: like, if Astrobot's great, if 15 games is all you can pack up after 5 years of having a console,
it's not on Steam yet.
You're not there. You're not there. You know, you're definitely not there. And Demon Souls, like, it's a remake. Last of Us 2 remastered.
I am glad about the Demon Souls remake because a lot of people didn't play it back in the day. But
yeah, well, that's crazy. 5 years of the PlayStation 5. It's like it's the most popular console that I don't know anybody who owns.
True, man. I cited one in the wild one time. It was just a dude. What he was like, so I'm driving by and his house is right there near the curb, is like suspiciously near the curb, and he's getting out of his car and he's got a loose PS5 in his hands. So I don't know what happened here. He bought it used or something. And that is to date, that's the only PS5 I've seen in the wild in the last 5 years.
Okay. And this is crazy to think about. Total PlayStation 5 sold globally as of January 1st, as of today.
Yeah.
As of today, total sales. Let's play the Price is Right game. How many millions of PlayStation 5s have been sold globally? Blabs, we'll start with you.
Oh, millions?
Yes,
I'm just going to do the 5. 5 million. I'm going to go with the 5 with the 5 with the 5.
It's way more than that.
Yeah, I know. I want to be optimistic.
Wait, you think 5 million PlayStation 5s have been sold, Blabs?
I'm there just trolling. We'll see. I'm telling you, I'm going with the 5 with the 5 with the 5.
She's adjusting for inflation. Don't worry about it, Craig.
All right. Razor, what about you?
Oh, gosh. 50 million? I don't know.
You both undershot it.
Really?
Blabs, yeah. 65.5 million PlayStation 5s have been sold worldwide.
Damn, that's a lot of people buying them a giant brick. Anyway.
Right. I said on an early episode of, like, I remember an early episode that I did of side scrollers. Like, it was the PS5 was proof that, like, Sony could just put a spring-loaded fist in a box, in a PlayStation box, that just immediately punched you right in the dick, and it wouldn't matter as long as there was a PS5 logo on it. That's kind of what this generation proves. It never had games. The games that it did have weren't that great, or they were remakes. But people still bought it because it was called a PlayStation. It's like, I think Sony found the floor for their consoles at this point. Okay, X number of 65 million people will buy our console regardless, whether we have games or not.
Yeah.
It's valuable information to have, honestly.
No, 100%. It will sell millions and millions of copies just because it says PlayStation on it.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, where Nintendo will eventually get with their
right.
Switch 3, Switch 4, Switch 5, whatever it may be, however many they decide
So
to
I
go.
want to do like a little mini update since I thought Stellar Blade was already on Steam. It's not, but they don't even have a release date. They just say sometime in 2025.
Coming soon, yeah.
Coming soon. So no longer an exclusive. So
it won't be eventually now.
And once again, that's what Nintendo does, what the others don't. Nintendo sticks to their guns. You will not find a Mario on another console. You may find it on the iPhone, but it's a game specifically for the iPhone, a Dr. Mario or a Mario Kart Go or whatever, Mario Run Go or whatever the hell they called it. These games are developed specifically for that. They keep the value of their brand. Andrew has pointed out, hey, we're 5 years from flattening the curve.
There we go.
Let's go. Speedy K came in and says, hey, Craig, any chance we could get a Montez Bag Raiders Shutting Stars edit? There's everything is possible with Montez. Speedy Cake. Everything is possible. He also came back with 10 over on the Director Nation side, which we appreciate. Says, I managed to get a Pokemon Blue cartridge on Saturday. Now all I need is a GBA link cable to start transferring stuff to my Pokemon Yellow from my Yellow and Red games. All in all, I had a good weekend. Aside from the 40 to 50 degrees centigrade heat YouTube didn't let you super chat this. Well, we appreciate the direct donation over there. Your money goes further from the direct donation side. And Vagabondo, my man Devon came in and says, "Why does Stellar Blade get a pass and not First Descendant? Is the main criticism. Any other take is deflection to the main hypocrisy. No one thinks Razor trying to ban anything and saying such is deflection."
Yeah, no one. Just my mentions full of people claiming otherwise.
Devon, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, I will say that, yes, I've seen a lot of people claiming that you are
absolutely
censorship. Yeah, I have seen that quite a bit for sure.
Yeah.
But do you have any thoughts on the other side of that? The idea of like why the First Defendant is different than First Descendant is different. Than,
I don't like either of them, so it's irrelevant to me. I don't care.
Yeah. All right, and then we have this from Alex. Alex, good for you picking this up. He says, "Look what I picked up at the bargain bin sale. Had to make sure no one else fell for the trap. I truly am a modern saint." There we go. He picked up Dustborn. He's the one. Congratulations. Good for you, Alex. Way to go. We did hit our goal. We still have more show to go, which is exciting. So Montez is back and ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, I was thinking that we'd have the same Montez for every day of the week, but I'll tell you what, Razor, you get to pick. Is Montez going to the moon, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Dustborn, or going to Super Mario?
Oh, Dustborn.
Bitch! Montez!
You are racist.
Montez!
He did it. He landed on it.
I thought for sure they were going to break out into the musical number, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I can't believe that game is real.
I know. I think about that all the time.
It's like it's a gift to us all.
Yes. All right, let's move on. This is an interesting story. We talk about games being ported all the time. Have you heard of Code Violet? Have you heard of this game that's coming for the PlayStation?
No.
It has been announced. It is coming soon. It's coming in July of 2025. I'm not super familiar with this game. If I'm being totally honest with you, it's a single player experience. Everything played offline. Okay. PlayStation 5, vibration function and trigger effect supported. DualSense. Awesome. Sounds good. In the 25th century, it said that mankind narrowly survived a cataclysm that left Earth uninhabitable and its ruins. And in ruins, what's left, the human race looked like it. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Sounds good. What's interesting about this game, Code Violet, is what the developers have said they're not going to do. Code Violet, and let me actually throw up this trailer just so we're all on the same page, because I do think it's important to see the trailer for this. So let's go and watch just a little bit of this.
All right.
Evacuation protocol is in effect. Please everyone make your way to the Star Bridge.
There's dinosaurs? I'm so in.
I did hear about this. It's almost like Dino Crisis-ish.
It's only on the PlayStation. Womp womp.
Right.
Stupid exclusive.
What are we actually doing?
What do you mean, creatures?
No, this can't be real.
Do you remember yet? So many lives have been lost that just...
Yeah, some of these animations.
It kind of looks a bit weird, like the arms.
Yeah, it looks like you ever watch Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, like the CGI in that movie?
Right. Well,
why does the dude look like Leon from Resident Evil, by the way? Did anyone else notice that?
Yeah,
I did not. Well, we got guns.
It kind of looks like there's some reused assets, like it's a T-Rex from Jurassic Park. It's not just a T-Rex; it's a T-Rex from Jurassic Park specifically.
Well, guns, dinosaurs,
Yeah.
T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Like, I'd be down, bro.
You do listen. If there's one thing I've learned from doing this show with you, Blabs, is that you love dinosaurs. You love
Who
them.
doesn't?
Should visit Congress sometime.
To be clear, Blabs, what is your favorite dinosaur? Just so we're all on the same page.
Oh, this is gonna be so stupid and lame. Probably the T-Rex. I got a big head and small arms. You know.
The T-Rex,
Why not?
not the Stegosaurus,
Yeah, but I like the chompers.
Yeah.
Brontosaurus, Velociraptor.
Like
deep
brachiosauruses
cut.
are cool too.
No.
All the really tall guys.
Okay,
I really like the one that I posted on Twitter months ago that has like the N-word in it, but it's not the
Yeah.
N-word. You know that dinosaur? That one's really cool too.
Mhm.
You heard it, fellas. Under 20 feet. You need not apply.
All right. Well, let's talk about this game code Violet.
Uh-huh.
Now, here is the thing, which is very intriguing to me, is they have said they are not going to be bringing their game to PC. And this is the reason. They said, for those asking about a PC port of Code Violet, the reason we are not bringing it to PC is we do not want anyone modding vulgar versions of the main character as well as other characters in the game. We hold our voice actresses and actors with high regard, as well as our artistic vision of the game and story, and reject any form of destroying that with sexual mods. Making a joke out of our art and possibly tarnishing the reputation of our voice actors and actors is not worth the extra money we can make.
And I had never thought of that, like what the voice, because I remember playing Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I was like, I streamed it like the day after it came out, and I'm looking for mods, and there weren't many, right? Because it just came out. And front page on Nexus, Leon's great big floppy dong. Just naked Leon, front page, like the first mod that was in, and of course he's wearing, the funniest part is he's wearing the shoulder holster. He's balls naked, but he's got the shoulder holster. I own a shoulder holster, but I had never considered that look. But yeah, I never considered like the voice actors, like what do they think watching footage online of, oh, that's me coming out of a naked person.
Okay, but here's the problem. It's not them. They're playing a character,
Yeah,
right?
it's
This is this is so fucking stupid and pretentious.
Can you pull that up for a second again? Because I just think it's really funny that they're saying our feelings are much more important than the business that we're running. The financial possibility of making more money on PC is not important compared to our fees.
If I'm an investor, and this may be a private company. If it is a private company, hey, you do you, right? Ultimately, once again, the market will decide.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm an investor in this company, I'm sending an email going, yo, fuck off. You're making a PC port, and people are going to do whatever the hell they want to do.
Money is, for crying out loud. You're going to job yourself of that. And by the way, I hate to break it to you, every console is moddable. Like they're not. I don't know why you would go out of your way to make naked people in this game. Of course, now someone probably will because they'll be pissed.
Oh my gosh! All they've
this
done
is going to
put a
get
target on it.
Streisand affected into oblivion.
Yes, 1000%. This is 100% become a target now.
Yeah,
like I am fascinated by this. Like we hold our voice actors and actors with high regard, as well as the artistic vision of the game. Like you're making a game about fucking shooting dinosaurs. Like let's be real. It's not like you don't need a decanter with some nice red wine while you're playing it. Like,
you don't?
Yeah.
And don't mods like help boost your game, right? Because then everyone's like, yo, I want to mod the shit out of this game. Let me go get it. And like it usually helps PR wise. So I'm just this really seems like a shot in the foot.
Yeah, I think everyone's missing the forest for the trees. Not porting a PS5 exclusive to PC. It's just commercial suicide, period. Like, look, there have been massive games on PS5. Get big brand names who are now on PC because they can't make their money on PS5. They just can't. The economics do not allow it. It's moronic from a commercial standpoint.
It's amazing.
And you wonder, looking at the quality of the trailer, if it's not all a smokescreen for the fact that they don't want to devote the resources to port it over.
Maybe.
Because some of that stuff was like just a Tumblr click away from like Transformers Beast Wars. Like, not great.
Well, you can look for that game coming very soon on PlayStation this summer, and definitely not on PC.
It's also interesting because in the next couple of years, we're going to have more like dinosaur video games too. So why not compete and make yourself out there more? So like Jurassic World Evolution 3 is confirmed to be coming out. There's that other Jurassic World game that there was a teaser for, and it was like the girl running or whatever it was. Don't really know anything about that. I don't even think we have a release date for that. So that's 2 other dinosaur games that are coming out. It's like, well, competition, hello. Get out there. Anyway, okay.
Listen, if there's one thing we can all agree on, Blabs, is that the world needs more dinosaur games.
Right? True. Why not?
I mean, they're clearly trying to fill that hole in the market that was vacated by Dino Crisis, which is one of the franchises that everyone has been begging Capcom to bring back. And they keep kind of teasing, but they haven't brought it back. So I get it. Like, this could actually sell on PC if it's good.
It could. Maybe, but it won't.
Right.
All right. Let's get to this. Let's go. Do we want to talk about the social media pledge to tackle censorship? Do we want to get into that, Blabs?
Ugh. That's my response.
We'll change the title to reflect that. Sounds good.
Ugh.
We'll change the title. All right. Let's get to this. This was awesome to see. I had this sent to me by Kratos El Gratos over on X. And we saw a little snippet of this. If you recall, last week we were talking about malls on our show and how fun malls were, and how there's a mall locally that I went to that was just it's a ghost town now. I've gone down the abandoned mall rabbit hole on YouTube.
Oh man, I got stuck in that rabbit hole for like a year, bro.
It's really fun, man.
It is.
It's a good, nice little side quest. But one of those malls that was featured was mine. Was the mall that I visited as a kid. And I said, I've been to that mall recently and it is deserted. There's nobody walking through it. I've been when it's supposed to be busy. I've been when there's nobody there. I can yell my name and nobody would respond. Right?
Oh my God.
But this video was sent to me once again. It has 3.5 million views over on YouTube. And I just wanted to play this because this is back when malls, and specifically GameStop, was awesome. This is the midnight release of the PlayStation 2 in the year 2000.
Oh my.
Blabs, I want you to really soak this in. Okay? This is what you missed.
Yeah, look at all those handsome fellas. You missed all those.
Yeah, listen, we didn't say anything about them being attractive, Razor. All right? All right.
Mostly you missed BO and butthole stench.
Also, in 2000, I was 4, so this is the lead.
Right.
No, Blabs, what I'm saying is you missed this, you know? Like you didn't get a chance to experience
I've seen from afar.
Dragons are right. Came in with the Conan O'Brien in the year 2000.
Right.
That's right.
What people will do for a little entertainment system.
Oh God.
Am I here for the PlayStation 2?
Is he stoned? I love it.
Oh, it's rough.
Blabs, you need to understand, at this time, the idea of everybody having a phone and everybody having a camera didn't exist. So when a camera came out, you had to act extra cool, man.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
Not cool enough to have a Dr. Thunder, though.
Oh, it's true. Just straight up Dr. Pepper. By the way, in Texas, Dr. Pepper is king.
It's disgusting.
It's
like
king
meditation.
everywhere. Dr. Pepper's delicious.
Here we go.
Am I here for the PlayStation 2? The best entertainment system to hit the world.
How about we get you a skincare system?
Oh, God, this is like some. Don't be bragging on this guy, Razor. He's like
some kid, and you're just shredding him from 25 years ago.
He's probably watching right now. He's probably watching.
Rub Domino's pizza on your face. What is this?
Damn, Razor.
Have you ever gone through puberty? That happens.
I appreciate.
Drink water.
He's up. Yeah, he is sucking down 30 grams of sugar every time he drinks 12 ounces.
You have any idea how much my mind was blown when I started drinking water like junior year in high school and realized it cleared your face up completely?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to be doing this whole time. Instead of subsisting on soda and pizza, I was supposed to be drinking water.
That's a gamer. That's the gamer diet is Mountain Dew and Doritos and pizza. We've established this. This has been the long stereotype. But I did notice. Did you notice he says it's the best entertainment system in the world? Let's go.
The corporate name for it. I love it.
Oh, here we go.
Entertainment system to hit the world. It's gonna be great.
No, this is my nephew. My son's on his way. Actually, it's his birthday present.
It's one of those things you've been waiting for forever.
Oh dear.
It comes.
The guy looks like he's about to ascend a bell tower with a high-powered sniper rifle. Just seriously.
Oh my god!
I feel like this should be like slowly zoomed in on in an Unsolved Mysteries episode. Like, right? What is this? Oh, dude, I had that haircut, guys. I'm not even ragging. I had that haircut at one point.
Oh, yeah, everybody did in 1999 or 2000. Yeah, I still do. Blabs, look what they're doing here. Looking at magazines, not on their phones.
Like I was around in the early 2000s. It's kind of what we did.
Blabs, look, there's no phones around.
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
I don't know, man. The Nokias were around this time, and they really blew up.
Speaking of the Nokia, so I used to have like a whole bunch of the Nokia flip phones, and like my dad was really paranoid about them, so he would never want to throw them away in case someone could activate it and get your info out of it, like your phone number, whatever. So I took a sledgehammer and just and bags, like all the pieces would go in there, and I had to like destroy them with a bunch of hammers.
Wow, was this before or after you ran for president in 2016?
Oh, that was after.
Right.
Let's continue this. And I'll put us over here. There we go. Oh, that's not.
What are you
doing? There we go. Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, he brought his kitty. Is that Dave Spade?
Is that David Spade? Is that what you
that
said?
Guy. Oh my gosh! Freaking Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, Mitch. Oh my god! Listen,
you know what probably happened there? The freaking mall. He went to the pet store, picked up a kitten, and then he's swinging by there. That's totally what happened there.
Make no mistake, he has a cat clawing on him as he's leaning against a rail 20 feet in the sky.
Yeah, what if that thing fell over? Oh my god!
Unreal.
He's got it. He's got it down pat. He's fine.
Call PETA, somebody, please.
He's like Michael Jackson with the kid over the railing.
Yeah, just holding it over there.
It's next evolution of PlayStation, and they're doing it right from the beginning. Backward compatibility, allowing you to play the old games, so your PlayStation doesn't die. You don't have to buy new game cartridges.
What do you work for Sony? What is this?
Oh my god, don't die, little guy.
All right, everybody.
All right. So what's really interesting about this is there's somebody who works at this GameStop. He actually messaged me on Discord, who is a long time. He's helped out the show tremendously. And he's been watching for a long time. He actually worked at this store and is in this video. Which is crazy. So we have a normal man who was in this video.
There's nothing normal about working for GameStop that long.
No. He doesn't work there still.
Okay.
He used to work there.
Okay.
Seconds here. You want to get a countdown from me? Let's go. 10.
There's always the false enthusiasm. Are you guys ready? The arbitrary countdown, right?
5, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
They're so excited, including this guy.
5 at a time.
And stick that whenever they bring it up to the register.
Blabs, this is paper. We used to use this back in the day.
I literally have like 3 pieces of paper on my desk and sticky notes. I use them all the time, bitch.
Yeah. We made them out of pressed pieces of tree, or so
Papaya.
the legend goes.
That's right.
Gary over there. are you doing this evening?
There he is. That's my boy, Chris, who
hi, Chris.
watches the show, and he was in GameStop in 2000.
I'm sorry, bro.
For watching the show or for
right? I'm sorry you had to work a midnight release for a PS2.
Why? That must have been fun.
Oh, I had to work the midnight release for Halo 3, and it was madness. It was absolute
Sounds awesome.
madness.
And I understand you were one of like the very first ones.
I've been waiting for a while because I read PlayStation magazines and I heard the concept of it. And it says check your local video game store.
Oh, he's so cute.
Well, why don't you marry him, Blabs?
He looks like
dude's 20 years older than me.
he looks like he reads PlayStation magazines.
Or Playboy magazines, those both of them.
But what's interesting about this is you look at what he said. He said, then I heard the concept of it, right? This is, obviously, Blabs, before the internet existed.
Oh my God, why are you talking to me like I'm 5? Jesus Christ. It's like I just woke up yesterday or some shit.
And it said,
Blabs, this is cash.
Really?
Yes. Before
Wow.
you got a card. Yes.
check your local video game store, see if you can reserve yours. Just having an arcade inside your room, maybe even better than arcade graphics in your room.
What? Isn't that awesome? Having an arcade in your room.
What?
So good.
What?
That was the selling point, man.
Bro, there were no arcades left in 2000. Where was this guy living?
They were definitely on the way out.
They were gone. I wish we had a ton of arcades in the year 2000.
Let's go fast forward a little bit.
What do you think? You
Dude!
What?
He's got a make 7 up your shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Bro!
What a brilliant marketing campaign that was. Blabs.
Yes!
Sprite has a competitor called 7-Up. Have you ever heard of 7-Up before?
Oh my God.
Duh.
They had a campaign called, it was Make 7-Up Yours, and they put it on a shirt, and that guy has wearing that shirt. Blabs, would you wear a Make 7-Up your shirt?
No, I don't like 7-Up. It's gross.
That wasn't the point.
It just,
But you just asked me if I would wear something. Why would I wear something I don't like?
Oh.
A shill.
You gotta ask for it by name.
Really?
They only have one in each other.
Oh, I see. I like Silent Scope, where you play a sniper, so you have to zoom your crosshairs right in on just the right guy, and you got a time limit and all. I played a demo of it. It was really
Yes,
good.
we
I wonder how
understand
many
the
of these-
concept of a sniper. Thanks, bro.
Do you notice the price of the games in there? Let's see, there's all $49.99. All
Yeah, same.
$50. Yeah.
Same. It hasn't changed, unfortunately.
For a long time. But then they obviously the demo units here we can play.
Well, am I here to get the?
Oh, this guy's the coolest of them all.
PlayStation 2. Get the PlayStation. Get this.
Oh.
It's a wonderful piece of machinery. It's my friend. We're both waiting. How you doing?
Watch.
Hey.
He's actually there for
It's like camping out for like concert ticket.
What's that, Razor?
Watch, he's actually there to buy a Dreamcast or something.
Oh, this is in 2000. The Dreamcast was dead by then.
Actually, no, it was a PS2 that kind of killed it. It was still going pretty strong, but this
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, why not? Get to hang out, see some people that I know, that sort of thing,
Anyways, I thought that'd be fun to look at. Just a little drive down memory lane, if you will.
You remember the hype? That was the first console I ever remember where Sony paid off a bunch of celebrities to pretend they were going to buy it. You remember that?
No.
They had like a red carpet event in Hollywood, and Snoop Dogg was there, and a bunch of like celebrities and stuff. And that was the first time that had happened for a video game console.
Man, different times, huh? Look at Dak Forever came in and says, back then there was only one 7-Up flavor, and we were grateful.
No, you still had cherry 7-Up.
Like SNK says, Blabs, demos were games that were coming soon. Yeah. If you guys could just send in super chats educating Blabs on things that she doesn't have now or that don't exist today.
Demos literally exist to this day. So that's just, rebutted everything you've just said, wise man.
We used to get up bright and early to play our PS2. Then we went and churned our own butter.
That's right. That's how it went. Oh, Blabs, that's hilarious. Matt Kim is a shout out to Sunrise Mall in Corpus Christi, Texas. Quintessential 80s time capsule mall, gradually declined and now just demolished. Oof. Man, that's rough.
Well, shoot, I think they're getting ready to demolish Metro Center out here in Phoenix. That's where they filmed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or whatever.
Oh, really?
That one, yeah, that one's big for movies. They filmed a lot of movies there.
Video Gamer says Parking Garage Rally Circuit is a really fun Saturn-style racing game. Drifting around, increasing top speed is great. Now with Steam Workshop support. Video Gamer, you're not wrong. As a matter of fact, it has been nominated for a Real Game Award for Best Racing Game from you guys. So congratulations. Yes. Once again, that show will be on Thursday. Let's see. Tamamo came in and says, the laugh every guest lets out after experiencing Montez truly encapsulates the joy and value Montez brings to our life. That's right. Montez is a wonderful addition to the show for sure. All right, let's get to some super chats here, guys. You guys have a lot of support today. We had Montez come in, and let's go and get to some of these things. So let's fire away. Let's see what you guys got today. Question for Razor Fist. I guess, what are your thoughts on I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that is. What does that mean?
I don't know what that is.
It's a theological question. It's a stupid question. Next.
Okay. Guy Rice says, you may be a simp, but I like you, enjoy you, tolerate you. Look, you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You may be a clown, but I'll overlook the honking noises.
Honey Badger says, Razor's insults are the best. Keep it up. Fed says, hail Razor and Side Strollers. Finally, happy to finally have a new boss. Razor, will you do the World Is Enough in 64 stream for the 25th anniversary?
I'd like to, yeah. I love that game. I think that game's better than GoldenEye, personally. It's really good.
Book says, I agree with Razor's stance on Goonery. We Gooners should be shamed as long as it doesn't cross over into outright censorship. His stance is correct. B. Barrett says, you're a witch, Blabs. I'm a what?
A witch. A thumping good one.
Orthodox Monk says, that guy for the Game Awards name is Matan Evan. He had a blast with Sam Hyde and 20 Indians on his show. 2 for $99. Okay. Mika says, I can fix Amy, guys. Love forever. I don't even know what that is. Devon came back says, why does Stellabed get a pass and not First Descendant is the main criticism. Any other take is deflection.
No, we got that one.
Did we? Okay. I thought. Victus Omega says Nintendo's proof of the choice isn't Kami's or Kuma's. Razor is right on this one. The Copper Owl says carpal tunnel on the rise. Tear and drop a hentai.
And how?
Mika says lollipop corn is legal over there though. Thank you, Mountain State Madman. Ulysses says, it's not the Christian we hate. We hate the hypocrisy by Melanie Mack, and she spurged. Nothing more, nothing less. Never go full simping, Razor.
Sure. Yeah, I expressed the same opinion months before she did, but so we'll go with simping, you clown.
Damn Nev says, it was -20 this morning here in Minnesota. Take me to Arizona for a while. Yikes, -20. Shysters. Nethel King says, hard to disagree on Razor. We take issue with Melanie's conduct and hypocrisy, characterizing it as filling diapers and smearing seems dishonest to me.
Are there any that don't come from e-drama dogshit merchants? Any?
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's see if we can find some of those Blabs. Just actual
yeah.
So TikTok, huh? Yep. You ever play the Donkey Kong Game Boy, Razor?
Game Boy Donkey Kong? I played the Donkey Kong Country port on there.
Yeah, the Game Boy port of Donkey Kong itself is actually really good because they added like 100 levels to it, and I think you can actually play that on the Switch Online right now.
Yeah,
or the C's. Ranger George says, Blabs, that clip would have been funny, but Craig ruined it along the way.
Along the way. Say it right. This one is for everybody. Have ever walked in the cold and the music from snow stages of GoldenEye popped in your head?
You know, I was last night I was doing something and a theme from Mega Man X popped in my head and I couldn't get that out of my head. Isn't it amazing how certain songs, certain tunes, they hit with whether it's a certain season, mostly snow, or like desert. You hear like something from Mario and it's a desert level and you think of like the summer heat. At least I do. I don't know. Honey Badger says, Blabs, as someone who spent 2 weeks in the hospital and had a catheter, I'm pretty sure it hurts more for guys.
Well, that's the thing. No one can actually debate that, right? Because a man can't feel what a woman can, vice versa. So let's just say a catheter is not pleasant for anyone.
Oh, male catheters hurt, women most affected? That how they were?
Yes.
Huh?
As always. Joey says, Super Mario World music should already be on the Nintendo Music app. Kind of a no-brainer. Yeah. And John came in and says, how can you talk about Mario Kart music without bringing up Rainbow Road?
Yeah, I actually don't like that one.
What?
I hate Rainbow Road.
That's the idea.
I hate it.
That's the idea.
I'd rather play the other ones like Moo Moo Meadows.
Rainbow Road is exactly what, like, there's on Rainbow Road on the Super Nintendo, there's no way you can mess up. There's no
Anyway, Bentley for 10 says, there's an old relic that I use with the PlayStation 2 called a memory card. Taken, I was a peasant and only had 8 megabyte memory card. Hashtag the more you know.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Bentley.
Hey, thanks for that. Thanks for educating Blabs on these important issues right here.
Winterfell says, checking in and getting day drinking on the beach. Nice.
Let's go.
Blabs, we played our video games on TVs that were heavier than Hagrid. It's so true, man. Were they heavy as hell? Yeah. Took like 3 people to move one. Joey says, this is when you had to go to store to buy games. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate that.
Mercenary for Razor says, I still have my Halo 3 collectors. Let me see. There's a whole bunch of back in my days. Thanks so much, chat. Right. Let me see if they're specifically. PlayStation's always selling massive numbers. It's an easy option for parents and casual gamers to buy rather than trying to learn about PC specs. You know what? That's fair. It is fair. Like consoles, you just buy it, you plug it in, you're good to go. That is a great argument. Reese for 5 says, I would love to see Universal and Sega work out some kind of deal to get Jurassic Park like gun shooters on Steam. Did you guys see the Ackman meltdown over Elon? Which meltdown is so
I don't really know who that guy is. Like, people. I think that's
the guy who was dumping on as over the pronouns thing, and he got absolutely shit hammered. And ever since he's been taking every little opportunity he can to snipe at people he construes to be right of Chairman Mao, basically.
I think that's the thing about working online is that everybody expects you to know everything about everybody's bullshit, and I got to be honest. Just don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't care about other people's bullshit. Like, I have friends that are on that I agree with. I have friends that I don't agree with. And as I said earlier, it'd be pretty fucking boring if we all agreed on everything, So it is what it is. Go ahead, Blabs.
To Razor, how is it you're into giant stompy robots, but never got into any series of Transformers? Original G1, Beast Wars, and Prime are recommended.
It was before my time. I'm not as old as people think I am. Transformers was done by the time I was watching cartoons. So that was the main thing. I did get to watch Beast Wars, though, because that came out in, like, mid-90s, late 90s.
$1 million idea. Razor Fist game with Uva movie.
Yes.
Go.
After meeting Uwe Boll, I would do it.
He is funny. Let's see. Try and find ones that are not about like Blabs. Did you know? Okay, let's see this one.
No, you got to read all the Blabs ones. You kidding me?
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing all the ones for Razor first.
Let's do the ones for Razor. I'm just kidding.
Bike Short says last midnight release I went to was on November 11, 2014 for Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. Everyone else was there for Halo, the Master Chief Collection, and Assassin's Creed. Everyone there was looking at me like I was crazy.
Well, I'm sorry, Bike Short Senpai. It's because you were crazy buying Sonic Rise of the Lyric, whatever it was.
Foggy says, please watch Gas episode 39. What the hell is... I don't know what that is, but thanks. Boog says, you are now hearing Spark Mandrel's theme.
Yes, I am.
Joey says Rainbow Road theme on Mario Kart 64 is better.
Could be.
Hey everybody, just started watching a stream and the first word I hear is catheter. Well, this should be interesting.
Glad you're here, Galaxy.
Back in my day, Blabs, we used cell phones for calls and texts only, and the mall was our Discord hangout talking with real people. So was mine! Oh my god, it's like we're from the same day. Cladix says, at least put a tie on that dino, they naked. But where would you put the tie? Do you put it up here on the Brachiosaurus? It's down lower, right? Where do you put it? That's a giant neck. All right. Thank you very much, Cladix. The Copper Owl says, talk about dino DNA.
Dino DNA.
Yeah, I like the voice. He's funny. It'll be harder to mob, but not impossible. They just issued a challenge to the internet. Yes, correct. They did. Arc Apetrix is the best dinosaur. It's pet-sized and friend-shaped parrot with teeth. I love that murder bird. Oh my god, it's a little parrot that kills people. Why not?
Sounds great. Sounds like something I really want around. That's
Right?
good.
It's a UE5 asset flip. Oh no, it's Alex put a video on it, and I agree. The only reason it's PlayStation 5 only is the return policy. Well, thank you very much. Black Shirt and Shenanigans and Shirt and Jeans, not Shenanigans, says there's a game like this being developed for Steam called Paleophage. Thank you very much.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and I mean, if we don't have any that are specific for Razor, let's go let Razor bounce. We'll finish up the rest.
Well, like, I don't think he wants to answer them anymore because they're kind of the similar ones over and over again. So it's up to you.
Well, let's go. I saw this one, which was about, where is it? Oh, this one. John says, Craig, do you prefer DX with or without Shawn Michaels? I personally prefer it without HBK. Razor, you got any thoughts on DX? With
I
or
think,
without Shawn Michaels?
dude, I think D-Generation X got better after Shawn Michaels left. Personally,
I agree.
It was. It's like I look at it like DX with Shawn Michaels and Triple H was a tag team, but after that, it became a stable. It became like a street gang, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right.
All right. Let's go ahead and let you roll. We'll finish up the rest of these super chats here, and we'll let everybody know where they can find you. Go ahead. Go, Razor.
I'm absolutely everywhere. I'm on YouTube. I put out a video, I don't know, a few hours ago, and is blowing up. So go check it out. I talked about the Biden pardons and the inauguration and all the silliness. This is going to be a mad week, dude.
Yeah.
This is going to be absolutely insane.
Wow.
Twitter, X, at Razorfist with a 0. I'm everywhere. So, anyways, thanks for having me on, and Godspeed.
Thank you.
Go check out his video right now. The Beg Your Pardon video over.
Yeah, that's actually a good title.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Watched it earlier today. So, all right, we will get to your super chats and let's see what we got. Primark says, I find it kind of ironic that the same people who are spurging on people like you and Mac are over Puritanism are up in arms over the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 degen controversy. Yeah. Reddy says she's forcing religion on us to online syndrome. Blabs play Faith, the Unholy Trinity.
Is that a scary game?
I don't know. Mel Mac is a tradcon. Anita is Sarkeesian. Okay, thank you very much. I am Warwolf. I like your thing, your avatar. Random says woke has become a pejorative and instead of just being a descriptor for bad ideas, it's just another insult. Vegeta says I heard a mix of one winged angel and the Imperial March. Ruddy came in, says Mario Tesla Kart. And SNK fan says Star Fox racing through Corneria or Venom from Star Fox 64. That'd be a fun race. We talked about the Mario Kart crossovers that could potentially happen. That's good stuff. Scooter says Resident Evil 2 is the best game in the franchise and started my love of firearms. Happy birthday, Resident Evil 2. Let's go, Scooter. Mercenary says, and please check the early stream labos I sent. I will check those in a little bit. Dwight says, if grifting is getting paid for taking time out of your day to deliver a service that people want, then then that means anyone with a job is a grifter. Correct, Dwight Power. That's right. You are correct. Danny Boy says, Gooners can play all the you're not a sexless loser sims. They want, but they're acting like every game needs to give them a chubby or else it's censored. Because like I said this, I don't even care about all this shit. I really don't. Like the market will decide. I could care less about this whole GoonerGate bullshit. Like it's so fucking needless and silly. And I'm not gonna like agree with Melanie Mack. I don't have to agree with Mel and her stance, right? And I've said this privately, right? I think that the sooner everybody can realize that they're giant fucking hypocrites, and I said this on the show, the sooner everybody can realize that the world is what it is. Everybody's a fucking hypocrite. Everybody. There's always some sort of hypocritical nature in some aspect of your life. So, and I get it's easy to dogpile on people on the internet, but like, really, that's your hill, So, everybody has like, I'm a hypocrite, Blabs a hypocrite, you're a hypocrite, Joe Biden's a hypocrite, Donald Trump's a hypocrite, Razor's a hypocrite, Mel's a hypocrite. Go down the list, pick anybody you want. They're all hypocrites.
I just think there's bigger issues in the gaming industry than
for sure
GoonerGate, and if that's all you're focusing on, then maybe you don't know shit.
I listen. I agree. There are much bigger fish to fry. I think that it was a slow news week. That's what I think.
Yep.
And like instead of attacking internally, like I said, I've not followed this whole ordeal. Admittedly, it's like I don't care. People should say you should care, but okay, like.
I think if someone's hypocritical, they deserve to be called out, especially on this side of the aisle, because then we're just no better than anybody else. So I agree with that. I don't really see a whole lot of cancellations going on. I'll be honest. I see people saying, "Oh, you're being canceled," but like I did see someone try to cancel like Melanie's sponsorships or something like that, and that's not cool. That's stupid. Don't do that. Criticize someone's opinion, sure, why not? Go for it. It's a free country, but attacking, no, I'm not for it. Although I think Melanie's opinion is stupid and hypocritical. That's my point.
Well, and you know what? And here's the thing, though, is you can have that, and like you can have that opinion, and I can have that opinion, right? And we can still like I've had plenty of friends that I'm like, you're a fucking idiot, right? And I've said that to them. And I think that's the thing about being an adult is you can have those conversations and not, like I said, not agree with everything that they say, and like I guarantee there's things that I've said and you've said that I don't agree with that you've said, and that I know for a fact there's things that I've done and said that you don't agree with, and that it is what it is, So people can be upset about whatever they want, and that's the internet. But it's like, really, are we really gonna like fight and argue over like fucking fake tits? That's really what we're doing.
We've already have how many layoffs already from the gaming industry, and we're 21 days in. Like, maybe focus, people.
I think that's the thing that's amazing is this is a show that rewards we have tits all over our show, right? So and that was, to be clear, your choice, right? You added them to it, Blabs. I wasn't like, Blabs, we should really add some tits to our show, right?
I put it in there.
Right, it's one of those things. So
guys like tits, so why not? Most of the audience is men, so why not cater the most to them?
Yeah, but it is what it is. People will be upset about whatever. So Gucci King says, I really enjoyed the newest Contra soundtrack for the game is beyond fantastic. It's part of my playlist. Yeah, I've seen the new Contra Galuga Horizon. It's okay. It's okay. Rod says, fun fact, yesterday I bought Operation Galuga. There it is. For me, and my favorite is Contra 4 and Super C. Also, Razor, you should check out Metroidvania of the Mummy. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate that. Check out Wayward Realms. Looks fantastic. Thank you, and it's hard. They treat that Concord like AOL Frisbee. Thank you. I love your Razor simp, but I can't allow grayscale or purple hair to get me between me and my video choice. Love your content too. Thank you, bystander. Ivan says, I can't wait. I don't want woke in games, just as I don't want religious zealots telling me what's moral in games and what isn't. You lost this battle 30 years ago.
Agreed.
I agree. I've always said, like, I don't care what you believe as long as you don't tell me what I should believe. That's been a very consistent stance of mine. And I caught a lot of slack for that statement in 2020 during the old, so as soon as Silver says, the true winners that bought the PlayStation 5 are the scalpers.
No, they're the big losers.
Bike Short says, I can't wait to mod Stellar Blade. I have devious intentions for it.
All
All right. Don't make that weird. Vic says, love you guys. What do you have against the PlayStation 5? The PC Master Race Act is silly. To be clear, I do not believe PC is Master Race. I believe
He's a Nintendo simp.
I believe
Come on.
Nintendo Master Race. Nintendo can do no wrong except for all the things they do wrong. Once again, hypocrites.
I have no like stake in the race whatsoever. I don't even have a PlayStation anymore, so I just think it's funny that there's no like you have like this one most prominent company, right? Sony, and you have like nothing to show by it with your exclusives, and that's why I laugh.
Bear in Mind says, thanks to Craig, I played Batman, Nintendo Batman without hearing I'm Batman, motherfucker. Thank you. Bear in Mind. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Ahoy, Captain Spandex. All right. Back in my day, Blabs, I learned to type on an actual typewriter. You see that, Blabs?
Yawn.
Rod says, and by the way, you guys, I love you guys educating Blabs about things that she definitely, certainly never has experienced before, like
fresh air or some shit. Look outside.
If you guys can let Blabs know about what it's like to breathe fresh air, that'd be great.
Hey, let me know. In my 4 acres of nothingness.
About game songs are Brinstar, the underground death zone of Super Metroid, and Beyond the Coliseums from Demon Crest are my top one. Brinstar is a great one for sure. Jorge says, I'm wrong, yet I have 4 kids, yet Razor Mac, love you. Colgrave says, GoonerGate feels much like an olive branch, the woke and middling types that they really wanted to last. They didn't attack the sponsorship. Those sponsorships have been over for years. They just brought them up. Okay. The best summary of Melanie Mack's video on GoonerGate is in her own words, I don't trade speaking out against one perversion to promote another. I'm not going to do that. Thank you, Random. The degenerates will stick together like the wokes do, and when they're wrong and they know it, they won't call it out. They will cry hypocrite when you shine a light on them. Thank you, Random. Mercenary says, I'm glad I joined the $150 level of the Real Game Awards. It's an honor and a privilege to help ensure this happened because I'm sick and tired of all the insanity and the corporate stuff. Mercenary, thank you very much. You will. Next year, I'm telling you, you're gonna really enjoy what I have planned for next year. Thank you very much for your support, Mercenary. Says Winston, the e-girl respecter, says, "Oh no, Razor, help! I saw a scantily clad woman. Quick, get Melanie Mack. I need the two of you to lecture me about the sexiness leads to Satanism. It's like the satanic panic you said is a myth, despite people like Damien Eccles being guilty as sin." Thanks, Winston. GDI guy says, I remember when people bought Zone of the Enders for the PlayStation 2 to play the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo. I feel old. Let's go, GDI guy. All right. Excellent. Well, appreciate y'all's support today. That's good stuff. Harbinger says, my thing on this was about engaging the arguments, misrepresenting the game, not to attack people's principles. In regards to them sponsorship thing, that can take a short thing, that a short take from someone that has them regular. Harbinger, I'm sure you got auto-corrected wrong, man. Sorry. Bear in Mind says, no, you disagree with me about a thing. Therefore, you betray me. Have we learned nothing from these woke folks tearing each other apart on Blue Sky? Thanks, Bear in Mind. Stoned Pinochet says, nobody wants to know or care to know what you enjoy privately, and stop being mad that people don't want to live like you or share your lifestyles. Stop acting like addicts. Thanks, Stone Pinochet. And Joey says, people really need to chill out on this whole GoonerGate and Melanie Mack thing. It's dumb. Thanks, Joey. Appreciate that. I don't know. Hey, man, it is what it is. Like I said, at the end of the day, those things can be available, and the market will always decide. I know that sounds like a super basic take because it is. It's common sense. The market will decide on all this stuff. If there's a market for it, it will work. So there you go. Mercenary says, so I guess my Streamlabs don't count. I think I don't see any more from you. Let me scroll down really quick. Oh, there we are. Sorry, Mercenary. I did see these. Thank you very much. Says, To Razor and Smash if they're on right now. Oh, by the way, some people were like came to the stream today thinking like Razor and Smash were going to be on at the same time. Like I went on Smash's stream like on Friday when this was like a super high level. I thought it was like a high level thing, and then like personal attacks started to come in. I was like, dude, I don't want to deal with all that bullshit. And anyways, on that stream, I was like, wouldn't it be great if you guys got together and actually talked about this? So people heard that and they go, this is definitely going to happen. It's like, no, that's not how this works. Like, that's not how people take things and they jump. But hey, this is the internet. It is what it is. He says, I'm sorry, this GoonerGate thing, unfortunately, cannot continue. We have bigger problems to deal with. And we can't be like that one picture Razor showed in one of his videos, firing squad in a circle. From one games with any kind of titillation should not be for kids. That should be for adults who can handle it in our mature period. Anyone complains about it, I don't know, but that doesn't seem to be mature to me. It isn't that us becoming the woke Karens now? I treated a relation like one would be a spice call. I need Mercenary. I got to be honest, buddy. I don't even know. I'm having a hard time reading these, man.
And he's got his glasses on too.
Yeah, I can read it fine, but thank you. All your stuff helps. Harbinger says cell phone auto type for super chats is balls. yes, I figured that was the case. All right. With that said, we appreciate y'all's support today, guys. Thank you very much for allowing us to do this. We appreciate your support. Let's congratulations on getting to Montez today. Montez belly to back suplexing that lady all over the place. With that said, guys, have an excellent day. Bert Dog says it's hard to read. It's hard to read if the message was poorly written or Craig just can't read.
It's both.
It's definitely a combination of both. But for the most part,
the glasses do nothing.
The glasses have helped tremendously. I'll say that. With that said, guys, have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.